Good morning, comrades. Yes, it's me. I'm back again. Yorkshireman now living in Wales. What I'd like to talk about today is the bin collection system, more so the bin men, and how the bin men are potentially being repeatedly injured due to ideology. And I'm going to make this as a video showing you when reality meets fantasy. That's what happens. Yeah, people get injured when reality meets fantasy. So the fantasy world is that we are able to, in Wales, be the best people in the world at recycling. Right, okay, now, my position on recycling is I've been doing it all my life because I'm a tight Yorkshireman. Anybody who wants to watch the money has to recycle things. It's not a new thing. A lot of people say, oh, recycling. No, I've done it all my life, mate. I have recycled all sorts, from fixing motorbikes, yes, fixing them myself, to fixing microwaves, to fixing dishwashers, and even washers. Not the easiest thing because they're so heavy. So, even my mates do it all. One of them fixed a big LG TV. Bit of an advert there, I don't know. Anyway, fixed a big TV, right? We all fix all sorts, yeah, because we want to reuse them. If we can't reuse them, we might give them away, or we might do something else with them, or use the parts. So recycling is not a big thing, right? It's not new. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So what happens when ideology meets reality? So the example I'm going to use, and this is what set me off. I was out the other night talking to this lad I know, and I never really knew what he did. So I asked him, I says, what do you do? He says, oh, I'm a bin man. Right, okay. I don't know if he uses those exact words, but anyway, he does the bins, right. So I says, oh, right, which ones do you do? And he works on these. Now, and I've got the picture up, and he works on the recycling. So these are the blue bin things, which work in 3 tiers, and come windy days, they're a bit of a nightmare. Because literally they fall over and all the rubbish goes all up around the street. So environmentally they're not really a good idea, but whoever thought of them didn't really care about anything like that, and they certainly didn't care about the people. Now, I would like to say a thank you for all the bin men who carry on with this system, because personally, if I didn't need the job I wouldn't be doing this. I'll tell you that now, so thank you. Anyway, so I then said to him, as I'm talking to this lad, I said, so how's it going? He says, oh, a bit of a nightmare because everybody goes off sick because of the job. Now then, so I then says, well, what do you mean? He says, well, you know what it's like? He says, yeah. He says, well, it's just hard work and people pull things all the time. Right, now then, look at this picture here. Now this bloke here is having to reach up, stretch forward, and he's actually stretching as well. Now the other bloke is carrying 2 items in his hand. Now you might say that's his fault. Well, not really, no. It's not his fault, because that's what you're going to do, because you want to get the job done. Right? Now then, so let's now go back to what should have happened here. So, I used to be a union bloke, and I've worked in the post office and the NHS as a porter. Every time I've done them sort of jobs, we go through mandatory training, right? And it always includes manual handling or lifting, whatever you want to call it. And the key points to learn from this is bend with your knees, which is always a good idea. Don't stretch and don't twist while lifting. Right, simple as that really, keep your back straight. When you look at these people, bin men, it's impossible for them to do that, because they're having to reach up to put something through the smallest hole possible. Now, the best use for this would be to put it in the playground or something like that and let kids throw things into it and they get a prize. Because really, this is designed to injure people. Now, what I don't understand, and this is where the clash comes between ideology and reality, is whichever union represents them clearly has let them down. Because if I was a union bloke, and I used to be one, so if I was still a union bloke, and someone said this is a system, I'd have said, right, show me the risk assessment, I want to see everything on it, because I'll tell you now, we're not going to be doing it. And they'd have said, why? I said, because it involves lifting at a daft angle, twisting and doing everything else. Now they might say to me, well, there's not anything light in them. The bottom one, trust me, is glass and the rest of it. Glass is heavy. So I'd have just said, we're not doing it. If they insisted on it, I would have by that time got in touch with the headquarters, commissioned a report into it, and as I said, you carry on with that. Yeah, we won't go on strike, we'll work to rule, but what we're going to do is take litigation against you, because you're putting members at risk. The mere fact that this lad says that people are going off sick tells me that's what's going on. So, you have this situation where the pen pusher, somewhere chasing the ideological goal, don't care about anybody. Now, that we now know is a theme. So let's just take it a little bit further. So we've got 20 miles an hour. So this lad drives to work, drives 10 miles, drives 7 miles, drives 5 miles, doesn't really matter. And somewhere they've now changed it to 20 miles an hour. And he gets caught 4 times. And he's been doing 26 miles an hour, he gets banned. So how does he get to work? There's no buses, there's no trains now. So at that point he has to cycle to work. So what you're saying is this bloke who does a physical job like this is going to cycle, say, 10 miles a round trip, of 20 miles a round trip of 14 miles in all weathers to do that job. It's not going to happen, is it? So all these things combined, when people are chasing the ideology of a dream of reaching net zero and climate change, they really don't care about anybody else. But we know that already in Wales. We know it firsthand because all of us are having to cope with it. They really don't care about us. So when it comes to thinking, oh, do these people care about you? And rest assured, they will be promoting and pushing out the propaganda machine, and it'll contain the normal sort of rubbish. We're listening. You're the voice of the people. We care about you. No, 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 no. Don't fall for that. You need to then vote to get everybody out. When I say everybody, everybody who's responsible for designing systems like this which injure people. Now then, let me just take you through, just to make my point here, is so how did it work? So this is the first bin system here. And I remember as a lad watching this was hard work. I remember it was full of soot and everything else because we had coal fires, right? And all sorts would come out in here. And then that was deemed as dangerous. So then we moved to this wheelie bins. Some people in Wales, yeah, they get on the wheelie bin system. We have 2 wheelie bins here, fine. And then we go from this to this backwards system here. I mean, seriously, they really do want us to go back into the dark ages. Now, my next prediction is next thing, they'll be saying, don't use the toilets. What you got to go out is find a little hole in the forest, dig a hole, should I say, lean against a tree, go to the toilet, have a shite, but make sure you take the toilet paper away with you, and then make sure you bury it. That'll be the next thing someone else is going to come up with, whilst that person still uses a toilet because they're better than us. Literally, that's what I think we're going to come out with next. Bizarre, but if I'm right, let me know. Right, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Thursday here. Weekend's coming soon. If you're working, enjoy it. If you're not working, hey, life's as normal, innit? Let us carry on. Right, thank you for watching. See ya. Catch you on the other side.